disapproving nod.
Yeah.
All right. It's fine. We're outside. There. Okay. Well, we have our little. There's a snowman inside? No, there's not. So I have to try to switch it
I
up.
drink it with my left hand.
Yep, that's good. Okay. Whew. Okay. Welcome to Conversations with. That's the title that I have so far. And with me today is the menace himself, Denis McCann. I'm your host, Spoons. And how are you today?
I'm a little cold, a little tired, but
yeah,
excited.
There was supposed to be snow in the background, but it melted yesterday, so we just have to make do. So last night we watched Mad Max Fury Road.
We did.
And you watched it before. Do you know when you watched it before? Like what year?
When did it come out?
It came out in 2015.
Okay, so probably in 2017, 2016.
Okay. And you told me that you hated it after watching it.
I absolutely hated it. I didn't even finish it. I only watched the first 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's what spurred this whole thing. What do you remember from the first time you watched it?
First time I know we stopped like just as they're entering the dust storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that first like opening, I don't know, like car, I don't even know what you call it, car fight. Battle scene, I don't know, but
man, okay. You still saw the porcupine cars. Oh,
yeah.
Those guys. Yeah. So Mad Max Fury Road is an action movie that came out in 2015. It won a bunch of Oscars. I forgot to check, but I think it won 11 it was nominated for I think 13 and it won 11.
Whoa.
Every technical Oscar award it won. Visual effects, editing, all of it. And it was directed by George Miller, who has done every Mad Max movie starting from 1979.
The original.
The original one. It started with Mel Gibson being a cop. His wife and daughter are killed.
Yeah.
And he goes insane from it.
Yeah.
That's not what this movie's about.
Not exactly, but you still see parts of it.
You see parts of it. This is the fourth one, starring Charlize Theron, Tom Hardy, Nicholas Hoult, and Hugh Keays-Byrne, who we thought was Nicholas Prowse.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He did die.
I was going to say, there's no way. That he looked so different.
Yeah, he died December 1st, 2020. So he did recently die. So that's also another reason to watch this movie. We witnessed him entering the gates of Valhalla shining in chrome. He originally was Toe Cutter in Mad Max 1979. So he's a legacy actor in this series. I have no idea.
I did not know that.
I had no idea. I also have not seen any of the Mad Max movies, but this one.
I've seen a little bit of the Mel Gibson ones.
Okay. I feel like this is kind of like the gateway one where nothing from the other movies matter.
Yeah.
This is just the pure essence of Mad Max.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it.
You don't need any experience in order to enjoy it.
You said that you didn't like the first experience. You didn't even finish it. What did you think about watching it last night?
Much better. Much better.
Nice.
I don't know why. Maybe I was in the mood to watch a movie, but it was so much better than the first experience. I could we were an hour and a half in, and I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a very quick 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's just 2 hours.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite scene? If you could remember a very specific scene from last night, what was your favorite?
I don't know. For some reason, the crow scene stuck out.
Oh, you love the guys with the sticks?
So bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
So weird.
Yeah.
I think that's really what stuck out. I don't know if that was my favorite scene, but
really, so you don't know if it's your favorite, but it stuck out to you the most.
It was just kind of bizarre.
Yeah. That whole night sequence it's like its own thing.
Yeah.
You imagine Mad Max and it's all red and orange and blood and gasoline, but then that night sequence is just somehow something else. Yeah. Going deeper into it to test your memory, which wife of Immortan Joe is your favorite?
Oh,
There's 5 of them. There's 5 of them.
It was either the ginger or the blonde one, like the super blonde.
The blonde,
like
blonde one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
tough.
bleached hair or the blonde one that gets run over by a monster truck.
Not the one that gets run over.
Really,
Yes.
you like the Schlinga one.
Yes.
Really.
I don't know why.
I gave them nicknames because they have names, but you barely hear them.
Yeah.
So the blonde one, blonde. Ginger, I just call the redhead one.
Yeah, the redhead.
The Schlinga one, I call Hot Topic because she's that bleached long hair, the weird like one that talks weird.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of
into
weird.
seeds.
Yeah, into seeds. Yeah. Pixie Cut, the one that knew how to work a gun. She has like short hair, so I just call her Pixie Cut.
Ah,
it's probably not
it's
the
like
same hair.
Shoot, what's her face? Halle Berry.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. Halle Berry.
That's literally like Halle Berry.
Yeah, in some movies, I think she has it in Catwoman. Does she always have it?
She has that cut for like most movies.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't watch Halle Berry.
I don't either, except
I only know her from Cloud Atlas.
And she's in Austin Powers, isn't she? Or James Bond?
No, she's not. She is in James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
She's in one of the Pierce.
I know she was in
Brosnan
one of
ones.
the spy thrillers.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So Pixie Cut, and then the most forgettable one I just call Brunette.
Oh, the one that tried like
to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
but then in the end, she redeemed herself.
Right. There's different. They have a lot of screen time, but they have very few lines and very few action to do in the movie.
Yeah.
They kind of just are the cargo of it.
Yeah.
But they also all have their own stories, and so I'm just gonna go through all their names and their traits that they were given in the script. So, the blonde one is called the leader, and she is the splendid Agarid. And Garrett.
What is that even supposed to mean?
I don't know, but she's splendid. Her nickname is like Splendid. And Morton Joe calls her Splendid.
Huh.
And then the Hot Topic one in the script is mentioned as the funny one, and her name is the Dag.
The Dag.
These I think are very Australian.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
The Pixie Cut is Brainy, and she's Toast the Knowing.
Huh.
Yeah.
A little odd.
But she's the one that knows how to work the gun, so she's the smartest one. Then the brunette one is Fragile, and her name is Cheeto the Fragile. So the whole point of her thinking that he'll take them back, that he'll forgive them,
is because she's fragile.
She's fragile, yeah.
Ah.
And the last one, my favorite. Her trait is seductive, and her name is Capable.
Which one was that?
The redhead.
Really?
And she...
But you see that, because she seduces
seduces the war boy, exactly. Yeah. She seduces Nicholas Hoult, who plays Nux. With his buddies, Larry and Barry. Remember when we had the dress-up day at school?
I remember that.
I dressed up as Nux. I painted my face white.
I remember that.
I wore the goggles that I was supposed to bring down, and I forgot. I wore the goggles, and I drew Larry and Barry on a white T-shirt, and I had Carson, Carson loves this movie probably as much as I do. He brought in a steering wheel from Dennis. No.
It was
Dylan
Tommy or Dylan, yeah.
From the go-kart. Yeah. So I was carrying a steering wheel around. I just kept shouting like, "What a lovely day! Just witness me!" That was my edgy day.
Those were the days
for high school. No one knew what I was. They thought I was the ghost of Amelia Earhart.
Yeah. Like, why would you have a steering wheel?
Yeah, I don't know. Going back to the wives, there are more like female. There are a lot of female characters in this, especially for an action movie. Yeah,
and they're more like they're less chaotic.
Yeah, they're the more sane out of all of them. Yeah. And even Splendid is like, she doesn't want to kill people. She doesn't like guns.
Yeah.
Like, she's very anti-war, which is very interesting in this world.
Very weird.
So is this film feminist propaganda?
I don't think so.
When it came out, there was a blog post that described it as the Trojan horse feminists and Hollywood leftists will use it to vainly insist on the trope of women being equal to men in all things.
I honestly don't think so.
Yeah, that's weird because if you look at the violence of this movie, and it is violent.
Yeah.
Especially the last, like, their ride back to the Citadel. The women get beat up.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that they can defeat these war boys.
Exactly.
Especially Immortan Joe's son. He destroys, I think, 3 of the women from the Many Mothers tribe. Like, he just throws them.
Just throws them off.
He just throws them off.
Yeah, and then they end up trying to shoot the other guy. Shoot the guy. He freaking looks like Marley from Christmas Carol. You know what I'm talking about? The old one.
Oh, Marley.
With George C. Scott. He looks like Marley.
The old one from...
Dude, I don't know.
I'm just imagining him with chains. I know.
Just imagine, like, it's just like the face paint. It being like powdery white.
Immortan Joe?
Like, just like crazy...
The weird
hair.
wispy white hair?
Yeah.
Immortan Joe, you think looks like Marley from Christmas Carol.
Absolutely.
See, the only Christmas carols I can remember, especially from Marley's, is the Muppet Christmas Carol. So it's the 2 old guys, and it's Marley and Marley. And
Dude,
then,
if you saw it, I think you'd see it.
Okay, and then the CGI nightmare that is the Jim Carrey one, with that directed by Robert Zemeckis. Oh, jeez. It's interesting because, like, every character in this movie, they go through their breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite scenes is Nux, his breaking point, where he fails to impress Immortan Joe. The
embarrassing scene.
The embarrassing scene where he gets spray painted. He's going to the gates of Valhalla. He's given Immortan Joe's, like, silver revolver. He's about to, like, find justice and bring back the wives, and then he trips on the chain.
And he falls on his face.
As his own blood bag is driving the truck.
Yeah.
That's like, that wrecks him. He's done after that until Capable comes and gives him another reason to live. But
although it was weird, like, once she, like, gave him the will to live again or whatever. I don't know, the entire movie I just didn't trust him. It's just like, is he still gonna try and go to Valhalla? He transitions
pretty fast.
Yeah, he does.
The whole point is he's a half-life. He's going to die. Larry and Barry are killing him, and if they don't kill him, like, he says, like, the gas fumes will. Yeah. Like, he is dying.
Yeah.
He has very short time to live, and then, you know, like, as soon as Capable comes around, he's like, oh, okay, I'm cool now. I'm cool. If I die, I'm fine. And I think his self-sacrifice at the end is... That's one of the better conclusions to any of the arcs, I think. Yeah. But Furiosa's she falls down to, like, rock bottom.
Oh, absolutely.
When she finds out that the green place is gone. That scene is
I think there's 2 scenes where she hits rock bottom. Where that's her, like, mental rock bottom, but then the physical is when, you know, she gets stabbed in the side, she's holding Tom Hardy out the window.
Yeah. No, she goes through hell, especially near the end. But she survives, and it's kind of like, I want to watch more of this. I want more.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I think it should be the sequel.
The movie's definitely about her. We talked about the violence, but the stunts.
Okay, so every action scene that wasn't a car scene, every time I look at it, I would picture Kingsman.
Really? Yeah.
I would picture that movie every single time.
The fast Guy Ritchie editing.
I wouldn't say, like, bizarre, but, like, you know, like, running against the wall and, like, doing a 360 around someone and like that. But
in Kingsman, there's, like, that CGI slow-mo close-up.
So there wasn't, like, the slow-mo.
There wasn't that, but it was.
But minus the slow-mo, it was pretty similar.
Yeah, but there's an intensity in this movie that I don't think Guy Ritchie really does, because he tries to make it, like, cartoony and fun.
Well, if anything, it's, like, quite the opposite of the slow-mo, because some of the scenes were sped up.
Yeah, they cut out the frames, especially when he's being chased by the war boys in the Citadel. They cut out the frames to make it more choppy and like, primal. It's weird. Yeah. What is your favorite fight scene? Like, without cars, what is your favorite moment of people just decking it out?
Shoot. I kind of liked when he first, like, just after the dust storm settles, and he's at the car, and he has to fight pretty much Furiosa, all the wives, and
Nux.
Nux.
Yeah, and they're using the chain.
He has to
use the door to get the pliers out of Furiosa's hands. That I think that's the best fight scene.
The best fight scene because everything else it's fight
cars
scene on
stuff.
a car.
Yeah.
Or fight scene and then a car hits them.
Yeah, or it's like cutting back and forth between things. This is like a very standalone.
This is very
this is
like
a moment.
This is the conflict that we want you to watch this moment.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite, and I just love the movement of it, and he has to use everything, and the fact that the gun doesn't even work, so they have to find other guns, and the war rig is like every inch of the war rig there's a hidden gun, so he has to break open the skull and like find the gun, and Nux has to drop it on the sand and he has to clip it in, and then he like fires around Furiosa's head. It's so good. The whole time you can hear the war party coming closer because of the guitar
feel it too.
Crescendoing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love that scene. That's definitely like the best
I think
fight scene in the whole movie. Looking at this film and seeing how much effort went into it, what do you think it's even trying to say? Is it trying to say anything, or is it just trying to find an excuse to crash cars together?
I personally like to think that it's just an excuse to just have some fun.
Exactly.
For you to just go to the theater and watch a movie that's just fun to watch. But I mean, obviously, like, I think everything has its own message. The part where, you know, the old lady is talking about the seeds, I think that scene is when you first begin to realize, like, okay, like, there really is a message behind all this chaos. All this chaos and violence is actually up to, like, supposed to lead up to meaning something. And I think you finally see it come to fruition when, the very end, when they're going up to the top of the Citadel on the man-powered elevator.
Yeah, they're rising to their new home, their new green place, and instead of kicking the people off, they're bringing them with them. Yeah,
having them join.
Yeah.
So but
it's funny you bring up that lady from the Tribe of Many Mothers, and she talks about how she still shoots people.
Yeah.
And the DAG, or Hot Topic, she's
just like, what?
She's like, why would you kill people? That's what they do.
It's like,
and this is the world where you have to do it. We want to make a world where you don't, and it used to be that way.
Yeah, but
it's not
anymore.
You
can't get there.
Yeah.
If you aren't, partaking in what they're doing, because how are you supposed to overtake them?
Yeah. And that kind of like leads to, I think I'm wondering what you think about this, but do you think this film is trying to focus on faith and like the belief in something?
I think so. They talk about hope the entire time. You see Blondie, I don't remember her name.
Splendid. Splendid.
Wait, no, not Splendid, the other one.
Hot Topic?
The
DAG?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about DAG, you see DAG, she's praying. And they're like, who are you praying to? And she's like, anyone who's listening.
Yeah.
You just see hope, and you just see that hope that there's something else the entire time. I even like Tom Hardy when he's hanging up in that cage in the very, very, very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell there's hope in his eyes because he's just like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, am I going to get out of here?
He's trying to find a way to get out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you think, is it trying to say that hope is a good thing, or is it blind? Because the Many Mothers tribe, they had hope that there was something beyond the horizon of the Salt Plains. And they were willing to drive out there with no knowledge of what it was.
I think that was trying to say, like, before, so they had hope. Then they kind of lost it. So then they had new hope. But this new hope, I guess, kind of misguided them because they weren't really thinking about what they already knew. And So like based on, I think it's probably trying to say something along the lines of like, if you have hope based off your experiences.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
you can't shoot in the dark. You have to understand where you've gone, where you come from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't know where you came from, like, how can you expect to know where you're going?
Yeah. And I also think it has to say where the whole movie, Max is trying to run away from something. He's trying to run away from the dead. He's trying to run away from where he is. He's always trying to run away. Yeah. And so are the Many Mothers. They're trying to run away because they lost their home.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is trying to say, if you run away, you will end up losing yourself. You will be lost.
That's more well put than what I was thinking.
Yeah. I love the whole. They spend so much trying to get away to find something that they thought existed and it was already dead. To turn around and go back, but not give up.
Yeah.
It's like a doubling down. We are going back, but we have changed. And we're
at that moment, like, I was kind of disappointed that they were going to go back because it's just like, you know, I kind of want to see what's on the other end of the salt plane, but I understand why they went back.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm happy with how it went, but I kind of wish they went out further.
Yeah. Well, and it also, like, in terms of like entertainment, all the action of getting back, like, they literally have to fight everyone they spent so long running away from. Like, they even have to go through the same canyon.
Which, I mean, the symbolism there is, you know, confronting your battles and confronting your issues, but still, I don't know. I think seeing them run a little more would have been entertaining as well.
I guess. Maybe that's the sequel, though.
I don't know.
Maybe they run out of water. Citadel. Maybe they run out of water in the Citadel.
That's so dumb.
They get addicted to water.
Yeah. That would be so dumb if they did that.
Maybe. So, who killed the world?
Who killed the world?
It's said twice in the movie, but it kind of like rings through the whole time.
I think... Shoot, what was it? Was it the chaos? I don't remember. Who killed it?
It's more of like it's an unanswerable question.
Unanswerable, but no, I could have sworn they had, like, you know, a few different people had commentaries on who killed it, but
right.
I can't remember exactly who they were talking about.
Right. They never specify who because those who are already gone.
Yeah.
It's the people in the past.
Yeah.
They're left in this barren wasteland and they wonder why, and it's because they had no control in it. Yeah. They're stuck there. And the whole, in terms of like the Mad Max lore,
because they were talking about the
shows,
the War Boys too.
Yeah, the War Boys.
How, like, you know, they have no idea what they're doing.
They have, that's going back to the faith. They believe that Immortan Joe is a god. They believe that he is their savior, but they're wrong. The fact that he dies and is mortal proves everything they've believed and lived is wrong.
Yeah.
So Huh. In terms of like the Mad Max lore in the 4 movies, they ran out of gas, the world, and so they went to nuclear war to win the gas, and it killed everything else. To get one resource, they burned every other resource.
You just go to electric.
yeah, exactly.
And they would have thrived with that too, with all that sand, you know, the brightness, all the sun. Yeah. Just go to solar panels.
Exactly. But the first movie came out in 1979, and I think that was during the gas shortage.
Yeah, OPEC.
OPEC, exactly.
Yeah. Well, shortly after, but...
Right, but it's definitely inspired by
definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's an interesting...
with no oil.
hint at the creation of this whole story.
Yeah.
Okay, so when this movie came out, it's very different from the other 3.
Yeah.
It's its own story. It kind of stands on its own. There was a fan theory that came out involving the 3 leaders, Immortan Joe, the People Eater of Gastown, that's his name.
Ah. Oh, yeah, I remember
And the Bullet Farmer.
The Bullet Farmer.
What do you think that is? What do you think the fan theory is? Involving the end of days. It's the end of the world, and these 3 are ruling. What do you think the fan theory is?
I don't know. I have an idea, but it's not like...
Spit it out. Well, what do you think?
No,
what do you think?
Because I don't remember the number. Shoot, I don't know. What was it? What is it?
What number were you think? What number?
Well, I'm trying to remember how many horsemen there are.
That's what it is. They're horsemen of the apocalypse.
How many? I thought there were like 7 though, weren't there?
There's 4.
There's 4. Oh, whoa. Wait.
So Immortan Joe is believed to be the white horse of conquest.
Okay.
Who some interpretations think it's Christ coming back, or could even be a false prophet. So the fact that Immortan Joe is
definitely
shiny and chrome, riding this path to salvation,
and you see how wrong he is too.
into the afterlife, but he's wrong and lying the entire time. He's their false prophet. The Bullet Farmer is the red horse of war. That one's the easiest.
Okay, that's obvious.
Like, he's talking about the scales of justice, and he's like, he's wearing that, like, blindfold, like Lady Justice, and he's got, like, the 2 machine guns. Like, that one's the easiest. Yeah. And then the people eater of Gastown is the Black Horse of Famine.
That would make sense, too.
Exactly.
Because he's gluttonous.
He's gluttonous, yeah. And he's wealthy. He's only worried about the money and the business.
Yeah.
The fact that they're chasing these wives.
It's the gasoline and the bullets.
Right. The fact that they're chasing these wives... He keeps talking about in his like book, he's like, we have wasted so much gasoline, this is not even going to be worth it. Yeah. So the fact that he kind of hoards the wealth and the food by literally feeding off of the poor.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But then who's the fourth?
Who's the fourth?
I don't know.
I mean, there's one person left.
I can't remember. There's no way it's Furiosa?
No, it's not Furiosa.
Max?
It's Max. So the theory says Max rides a pale horse of death. And if you look at his car, it's kind of silver. I don't know. But everywhere he goes, people die. And he kills all 3 of the other horsemen. The fact that all the chaos that reigns in this world, the one thing that will always reign and will always be there and will end everything else is death. He is the ender of all chaos.
I could get behind that fan theory.
Yeah. And he literally carries the dead with him. He is haunted by all the people that he has failed.
Exactly. Well, yeah. It's people he couldn't save.
It's people he couldn't save. Now the rebuttal is he's not death, he's life.
Yeah.
He's the redeemer of all the destruction and chaos.
Yeah.
He's O negative. He's the universal donor. He is a blood bag that can save anybody he chooses.
Exactly. That's my only issue with it.
Yeah. And the fact that he's running away from death, but he redeems himself by giving people life. Yeah. So that's the only rebuttal to the fan theory. I love the fan theory. I fully believe it. Yeah. It's definitely not true. Yeah. But the fact that...
I mean, you always, like, whenever you look at anything, people are always going to look for hidden meanings that always work out, even if it wasn't the intention. But yeah, I think it's worth it. It adds some beauty to the film.
Yeah, I think that kind of adds some flavor to probably the most boring character out of everyone. No offense to Max, the guy that kept the whole franchise alive.
Yeah, I mean, he is boring though in the movie because he. Yeah. I mean, well, okay, personality wise, he's boring. Yeah. Action wise, he's not boring.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, but personality wise, you don't hear anything from him until pretty much the end when he's, my name's Max.
My name is Max. Water. Do you like Tom Hardy's performance?
Yeah, I think it's good.
You think it's good?
I think it's great.
It's kind of like gravelly voice. Yeah. It's a little weird on how he talks.
Yeah. But I mean, he does it so well though.
Yeah. And Tom Hardy is known for acting with his face. Yeah. Everything you see him in, his face is covered with something, so he like moves with his eyes. Like Dunkirk, he's in the plane and he has the mask the whole time.
Dunkirk,
he's Bane. And this, he has like that muzzle on him, and I think the best moments are when he's like just looking around and like trying to beat people up. So that was Mad Max Fury Road.
That was
one of my favorite action movies of all time. I don't know if it's in my top 10, but it's definitely like one of my favorite movies.
I'd say that's a good action movie.
It's a great action movie, yeah.
I put it top 20.
Top 20. Yeah. I can respect that. Yeah. It came out 5 years ago, but not a lot of people talk about it anymore.
Yeah. I don't.
Which is a shame.
But... Yeah, I mean, it's all right though. There's other movies.
Movies. Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend this movie to friends.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sucks that it's not on anything. Yeah. It's not on Netflix. It's not on any of that.
That does suck.
Oh well. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the sequel.
Yeah, if they ever make a sequel.
Yeah, I mean I think they were filming some of it, but that was like a year ago, and that was even before COVID.
Well, I've heard a little bit about it in like the news, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. More cars.
More
carnage.
More Australian people talking about weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what a lovely day. We have ridden into this conversation, shiny and chrome, into the gates of Valhalla.
And now we're all dusty.
And now we've realized that all of it was a lie and we're screwed because we're in a barren wasteland. But unlike Furiosa, we live in a green place, and we're definitely staying here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go drink some water and probably have myself some
water.
food.
yeah. None of this mother's milk.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, nasty.
Well, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching Mad Max.
Yes, no problem. It was fun. Another movie will be needed.
Yeah,
soon.
well, we should probably follow the trend. We should watch another George Miller movie.
And what would that be?
Happy Feet.
No!
Yes! Apparently there's like penguin gods in there and stuff. I don't remember that
What?
movie. I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah, penguins and movies. Happy Feet's next.
Yeah.
It'll be good. I hope.
It won't be.
It's been a while.
It won't be. I think it
kind of reminds me of that fish movie that Will Smith did.
Shark Tale?
Shark Tale. It reminds me of that. On like the level of quality.
In terms of like chaotic good and chaotic evil, I feel like Shark Tale is chaotic good. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but like it had good intentions.
Good intentions.
I think Happy Feet is just completely chaotic evil. It is the opposite spectrum.
It's just like, here's a movie,
just
about
pure
penguins.
madness. Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh.